In this episode, we're taking the car, the GLA45 AMG, to the damage repair shop Pres to fix the damage. I've already driven about 250 kilometers with this car. If your car is in different colors, then you've come to the right place at Damage Repair Shop Pres. We have arrived. Max, join us. Thank you, man, for wanting to be a partner again in our GLA540 project. Let's go over the damage together, see what all needs to be fixed. Are you a bit shocked by the spots you see? You've seen crazier, just a small spot? Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, it was a bit inward. Let's pull it out. You can also see that the gap by the bumper is a bit bigger. So it went inward like this, causing it to be out of alignment. It's not broken off, so that's a relief. No, pull it from here, and then that will be all right too. Luckily, we had seen some spots here on the door. Not too surprising. Same thing, pull it outwards. I don't know. The side panel we put on is just a different shade of black. So it has to be sprayed in color. Then we've got another bumper that needs to be done, and we're still not agreed on whether we... Keep an eye on the grille, because now the commons are completely ruined, even though this isn't an AMG. Well, we still have a side sharp that needs to be done, so I guess the AMG isn't too bad, is it? Sure, the way the door stands up from here, I see it. I think you've grown, boy, because there are two doors, so you've actually doubled where the spray booth has doubled. Let's walk inside. Let me go through what you've done, because super nice. Yes, before we obviously had a very old spray booth. I decided to get rid of it. Bought two brand new ones could produce even more. I see you're not only fixing damages, but also classic cars, so it doesn't matter. Whatever comes in, you just take it on, right? Yes, that's right. If customers want to contact you, what can they do? They can send a WhatsApp message or an email to info@spuiterij.nl. I'm happy to be back, and we're going to fix the GLA again. Let's drive inside. Let's go. Now that the car is inside, what can we start with? Bumper can go on, then the fenders and the headlights. It's going to rain, we can handle that. So you're going to demonstrate the diffuser to me. Okay, if you have a GLA AMG and you're missing this part, this is why. It's all pretty loose. I let it go on purpose because, well, it was totally wrapped up, right? And then we can easily take it apart again for the spraying, I thought. If we just do everything together, it's simply super quick, straight, well-behaved. The side panel comes off in no time. Max has almost gotten rid of the rear bumper. It's going super fast. I think he'll be on the street within an hour, painted and all. We've literally only been here for 5 minutes and that car is completely transformed again. Who needs that in the Netherlands? The front bumper is stripped and Max has already spotted a few points on the front bumper that actually need a bit more love than we thought. Here. A little bit out. Needs some putty work. Maybe melt a bit of plastic into it and, well, a lot of scratches, so it's a matter of sanding and priming. Also, it's not very smooth here. That was made earlier, I think. And we just buy a bumper online unseen and then you just assume that such... The first thing is that it comes completely delivered, which it wasn't before. And the second, it already has some repairs done. I did contact Max to ask if I could buy a red bumper to paint it the right black color. Now, in my opinion, comes the fun part, the sanding or something. What are we going to do, Max? First, we'll dent outwards, so this will go outside. This line. Going well, side panel needed again. As a reference point to look and maybe do a bit of spotting too. From here, it gets a bit more intense. Keep this dent, it needs to be spotted. Actually too far outside, yes, then you have to take it off. And that seems a bit less severe than expected. If you look at it from here, you can see that it actually got hit here, causing this piece of metal to go down and move here. This one is also inward, so if you keep this under tension, you can push it back. Click and then you're left with this dent. Yes, just the... Guys, were you listening or not? Because next time you have to do it yourselves, right? I said sanding, but no, we're going to start with dent removal first. Let's go! That line, if you look at it this way, it really runs well, man. Just that dent still a bit here. But other than that, the line is just sublime. You have to see him because now he stands with your hands behind you. And before, you did all the work yourself, and so it goes with upgrades over a few years. He now has staff who do so much for him. I'm proud of you, Max. Link in the description if you want spray painting work done. To be spray work press, you know it. Now that the dents have been removed everywhere, it's finally time to roll up our sleeves. Max is also going to do something at last. His hands are itching to get started. So we're just going to sand the side of the car. A few things need to be dismantled, like a gas cap. Door handles need to come off. Trims need to be taken off again. Mirrors need to come off. Guys, I'm going to put you on a tripod, and we're just going to get started. Let's go. How do you know how much filler to apply? Yeah, whatever your gut says. And when you see, like, now that it's entirely yellow, and you don't see any pieces of iron through it, and it's just even, then it should be good for a first layer. Yeah, eventually you just end up sanding everything down. Like here, it's too high, I already know that. Yet, I choose to first put a layer of putty over it. So, soon we'll start driving, and then you'll immediately see that an island appeared here. Yes, you immediately see the metal. Then it's no use to keep sanding because you can't sand away metal. But then you've built a sort of solidity around it, something that holds it. And then you can very carefully put it inside. So you actually make a very small tune, so to speak. Yes, guys, it's a new day here, and we're going on with the AMG as mentioned. Max has been working, he's even removed a dent here. And I think we'll just stick the rest on now. We're going to sand down. Besides that, all the other things that are sprayed also need to be sanded down, of course. How should we best tackle this, with the machine or by hand? Yes, just with the machine and the edges. Okay, and what grit do we use for that? 500, and then we make it 800 buttons. We're dealing with the details. Later with the sander, you bump into something and immediately have a scratch. Try to anticipate that by just avoiding things that don't need to be hit. Just an extra safety measure. That bumper will be put on and taken off maybe 10 times more. We've left the dents heavy, so that we can just take the bumper on and off, so we just don't miss it. I just want Max to be proud of me, for once in his life, just like that. Why is it sticky? This way. Ladies and gentlemen, I get it already. Yes, because it's all good. No, it's fine. Look, and here you've got all these shiny spots. They need to be completely matty. You see that here too. So you can really take your time. All those edges nicely done, and then varnish at the opening. Tracery, where there's putty, I don't keep it on for long, then back and forth. Beating around the bush, you know. Wow. The part that really just needs to be replaced, well, that's where I'll spend my time because I feel so sorry for Max too, over a part that's so cheap. How would you tackle this actually? Because there's a layer of filler on it. How do you take that off? Just like this, a bit along it? Quite a thick line here, so to speak. Yes, that's right. I made that choice deliberately. To make this dash so pointy here. And you're not making it easy because now the plaster will also dry up or something. If you start it like this, at that corner, by the way, are you a mentor? Yes, that's right. People can just do an internship here. Yes, officially a training company. Good to know indeed. Oh my god, you are standing right here. Look, in principle, you always need to choose a place to start. Yes, so I've sanded a bit here in this direction, that direction. This transitions very smoothly. Here you can see that no real color spill. You can feel it too. So you just sand with the flat side of the... Yes, but this is a flat part. It's a separate shape from the rest. Yes. So I'll start there. Okay. And I'll just keep this shape. And you keep sanding until it transitions.
Do you have one of these things here?
This leads into a sort of comet, yes. Then I also make a scooping motion. First, we make a sharp angle because this naturally curves a bit. That's actually the very last thing we're going to do. So we make it way too strong first, only to finish it off later. That'd be 3 years. I've just been busy with... The machine just finished sanding with grit 500 and then with grit 600 with water to actually get the smoothest result. The 2 splash guards are ready. We've also completely sanded down the front bumper. Max popped by to point out the imperfections again. With some blue wall. I'll close this one off now. And then it's completely ready for the primer tomorrow. Because tomorrow the car will be fully in the primer, at least the spots where the putty is. A hole in the ground lay. And after that, it's time to sand again. Sanding actually removes all imperfections. It actually gives you as smooth a surface as possible. And then the color goes on. I'm incredibly curious because the more time you invest, the better the finish will be. So I want Max to do a final inspection before the primer is applied. Although the primer can also be sanded down quite well. So yeah. But I'm excited because the gem is just going to get prettier and prettier and prettier. As you can see, our car still needs quite a bit of work. It still needs to be primed, sanded, and then sprayed with color. So in the next episode, we're going to spray the car. I say we, but I mean Max. So the car is first primed, then it's sanded and spray painted in color. And that's the process we'll do in the next episode. If you're curious about how the car is sprayed, hit subscribe and a thumbs up, and then we'll see you so soon in the next episode. See you soon, bye.